WCBI News at 6 starts now.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us. At this hour, the Lowndes County Sheriff's Department is chasing a suspected kidnapping suspect in the Steens area.
Christopher Austin Tedford is wanted for alleged abduction of Carrie Pennell, his estranged girlfriend. Now, earlier today, Pennell and a witness went to pick Tedford up at a residence in Tony Cove. The witness was told by the homeowner that no one was there by that name. While talking with the homeowner, the witness heard screaming and saw Tedford jump into a vehicle with Pennell. Pennell has since been located and is safe. Deputies have begun a search for Tedford. He was last seen along Harrison Road off Highway 50. If you have any information on this case, call Golden Triangle Crime Stoppers or 911.
A Fulton woman is dead following a Tuesday morning car accident. Etowah County Coroner Sheila Summerford says 22-year-old Sadie Evans was killed instantly after her car hydroplaned and collided with a Tom Bigby electric power truck. The accident happened on the access road near Main Street in Fulton.
Fire damages several Blair Street apartments in Tupelo this afternoon. Fire Chief Thomas Walker reports the blaze was contained to the kitchen in apartment 7. A city spokesperson says the fire was reported about 2:50 today. Several other apartments did get some smoke damage. Water damage was reported on a first floor apartment. No injuries were reported.
A longtime North Mississippi educator is retiring.
Tupelo Public School District Superintendent Dr. Gerald Loden says it's time to step down. Allie Martin has more on the decision from the North Mississippi native who led the district through some trying times.
As the Tupelo High School madrigals were singing Christmas songs, school board members already knew what Dr. Gerald Loden had just told members of the media. He is retiring at the end of this school year.
I've had an exciting 6 years as superintendent.
Indeed, when he came to Tupelo from Amory, TPSD was facing backlash from the community over low test scores and outcry over some personnel changes. Dr. Loden says he is proud that the test scores have improved. The graduation rate has jumped from 72% in 2012 to more than 86% last year, and major discipline infractions have plummeted from more than 1,000 in 2012 to 135 this year. Also, he has worked to build community trust and forge partnerships among public and private sectors. He says the passage of a major bond package 2 years ago was another high point.
If you had told me when I first arrived that we would be able to pass a bond issue of over 86% of the people approving it for $44 million, I would have said no way. There's just no way with the climate that we arrived at, and we did. And that says a lot about the community being willing to provide resources and support for the schools.
Although he is retiring, Loden says he still has work to do.
If you know anything about me, now I'm 48, I may have 28 and a half years, but I'm not going to rock in a chair anytime soon. I'm going to keep on working. I've got several fillers out there that I think within the next few weeks everyone will know what I'm planning on doing, but primarily we'll be looking at going out of state to be a superintendent. I can't thank the community enough for the support. They have really been great to work with. Dr.
Loden was named Superintendent of the Year in 2015 by the Mississippi Association of School Administrators. In Tupelo, I'm Allie Martin, WCBI News.
And Dr. Loden and his wife Monica have 2 children.
Loden's departure means the search will soon begin to find a new superintendent for the school district. TPSD board members will meet later this week with the Mississippi School Board Association to start that process. The board is encouraging community input and involvement in the search. Board President Dr. Eddie Prather says he wants to be sure there's a smooth transition to continue the achievements under Loden's watch.
Look for someone would have great leadership skills, and and of course we want to maintain our educational standards, the expectation with the community have. Again, we have a very diverse population. We want to make sure we provide opportunity for someone to come in with a skill set to lead that.
Prather says he's thankful Loden made his announcement this early in the school year because that will make the transition and search go much smoother. Time now to turn our attention to weather, and Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson joins us with a soggy-looking forecast. Keith?
Joey, it has been a wet day, all dry, though. At least we are trying to dry things out here in Vernon, Alabama, at Durham's Pharmacy, 6:05 here on our Tuesday evening. No major problems here at this time. We have some rain that is on the way out. I don't know if I'm going to be able to show it to you. The rain is on the way out. Temperatures are currently in the 40s. We will stay in the 40s here as we go throughout the course of the evening. And if you like the cool weather, stay put, because it's going to be hanging around for a while. The full forecast is coming up.
All right, well, Keith just gave us a tease there. The cold air that's coming in could pose a hazard to homeowners as temperatures drop. If you're not prepared, your plumbing and electric bills could go up.
Way up. WCBI's Parker King joins us in the studio with some low-cost moves that can save you some high-cost repairs. Parker?
That's right, guys. For exposed water pipes in drafty rooms, the phrase better late than never might not be applicable for fixing these problems. They can easily be fixed and avoided if taken care of, now before we're hit by these sub-freezing temperatures.
Frozen pipes can be a nightmare to fix, but preventing the freeze can be easy. And Jeffrey Duckworth at Ferguson Plumbing Supplies says the easiest fix doesn't have to be bought in a store.
Just about the best thing that you can do to protect yourself is to keep water flowing, even if it's just a slight drip through one of your faucets.
Duckworth says it's important to turn both hot and cold knobs. For more peace of mind, pipe fittings and faucet covers are available at your local hardware store. The price for these is a cheaper alternative to having to call your plumber for burst pipes.
It's quick and easy. If you're having to call the plumber, if it's a major issue, I don't know plumbers' rates, but it's going to charge you anything. It's going to be hundreds of dollars.
On the other side of water and electric, workers at Ford County offer advice on how to keep that monthly electric bill from skyrocketing.
Try to keep that thermostat as low as you can. Bundle up. You're supposed to look for anything that's exposed and go ahead and put some weather stripping down. If you see cracks around doors and windows, caulk or use weather stripping. That's pretty easy to do and pretty low cost.
Simple and cheap. 2 words any homeowner likes to hear. With available materials, the only thing left to do is prepare.
Weatherize where you can. Put something on there that will insulate it from the extreme cold.
Be prepared, be proactive, make sure that you take the proper precautions now. And then just tighten it up to your wall.
Another tip for the running water that we talked about earlier in the package is to make sure the faucet running is the one farthest away from the water heater, so water can run through all of the pipes and prevent freezing.
I just go home and put on my purple fuzzy robe. All right, the cost of fuel to heat your home is going up for many residents in the area. Mississippi's largest gas utility, Atmos Energy, plans to raise rates on all of its 260,000 customers. Now, according to the Mississippi Public Service Commission, rates for the average residential customer should increase about $2 a month. The money is expected to go toward infrastructure repair and a program to expand natural gas service into rural areas. Atmos will spend $5 million next year in hopes of adding 1,000 new customers. Inappropriate behavior is making national headlines, and Conversation is focusing on how to behave in the workplace.
We take a look at the effect it's having on the holidays when we come back.
Watching WCBI News at 6 with Andrea Self and Joey Barnes.
Welcome back. As sexual harassment claims continue to get national headlines, it raises questions about what exactly is the right way to handle yourself in the workplace.
Our Victoria Bailey joins us now with more on workplace etiquette just in time for those company Christmas parties. Victoria?
Whether it's at the dinner table, at school, or just in public, period, experts say there's a right way and a wrong way to conduct yourself. And given today's climate, exercising good etiquette on the job is no different.
As the workplace continues to evolve, so do behaviors while on the job. CPI intake recruiter Leanne Johnson says it starts with the tone the employer sets, beginning with the interview.
When we get to the interview part, we suggest that they keep the doors open, they maybe have another employee present, maybe in with other employees nearby who could possibly hear if anything was inappropriate.
Scott Maynor is the former director of Mississippi State's Career Center. During his time, he reminded his students when issues occur on the job, they won't get fixed if nobody knows about them.
If you're an employee and feel that something is not appropriate, to bring that up early. Not let those things fester or have concerns about those, but go ahead and talk about those early and bring those up. And then just understanding mutual respect and boundaries in the workplace and keeping those workplace boundaries separate from personal and private life.
Maynor says another key to exercising proper workplace etiquette is knowing your profession.
Anytime you're starting a new job or in a new position, just understanding the culture of that job really helps. Asking a lot of questions, being open about expectations, having the employer define expectations for you so that you understand any part of the job and rules, regulations, and guidelines that go with that.
With the multiple politicians, media, and entertainers being accused of workplace sexual misconduct, Maynor says it's vital for employers to create a professional workspace.
Creating a positive work environment really does have a domino effect from a business perspective. If the employees are happy, then that's going to translate in their service to your customers or your clients. And again, having that understanding and just that professionalism where you're creating a positive, productive work environment is key in any industry.
Now, the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission reported in 2016 roughly 3 out of the 4 people who experience workplace harassment never report it. For more information on combating improper workplace etiquette, visit WCBI.com.
Rain showers on the way out. The heaviest rain now pulling away from our area. Just a few lighter showers around here. The big story now, the cooler temperatures will be sticking around. Full forecast is next.
Your First Alert Forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
Meteorologist Alex Puckett up at Tremont Attendance Center earlier today talking to these 4th graders right here about the world of weather. The weather cooperated to get Alex up there. They were interested in tornadoes. Unfortunately, we didn't have any severe weather that moved through the region today. That's great news. And this is our Alpha Insurance time lapse from downtown Tupelo, looking back to the west this afternoon. Some of those low clouds in the wake of some of the heavier rain we had earlier today. Let's talk about where we have the rain right now. Not a lot of activity in our area, just one little batch of showers here southwest of Kosciuszko. The heavy stuff now is done for us, but a good swath of about 1 inch to 2 inches of rain across northeast Mississippi and west Alabama, about where we were forecasting for the last couple of days here, and we love to see the forecast pan out. We desperately needed the rain. Columbus over 2 inches of rain, GTR Airport 1.61, 1.71 in Tupelo, just shy of the old record, but in Tupelo, that's what we had today, 1.71. Last month, all of November in Tupelo, 1.61 inches of rain. So we love to see the rain. Now, oddly enough, we had no severe weather. The severe weather ingredients include moisture, lift, cold fronts, unstable air, and wind shear. We only had 2 of those 4 variables with the system that came on in here. So we had a pretty robust weather maker in the country. Now, for us, we just didn't get everything in sync for severe weather. That is great news in the month of December, but you can see we have additional clouds that go all the way back to the Pacific, and these will be streaming overhead tonight and tomorrow. And there's another little disturbance out there, too, in the Four Corners that could give rise to a few isolated showers here tomorrow, but a better chance towards south for tomorrow and tomorrow night. For us, overall, we are looking cool and dry through mid-December. No major relief from the drought, but the good news here, no active weather anytime soon, and that means no severe weather. Temperatures range from 42 in Memphis to 45 in Tupelo, 54 holding down to 54 in Columbus, but look at Mobile, 72, that warm air. It's gone. Don't worry about seeing that anytime soon. Lows tonight down into the mid to upper 30s, a little bit cooler north of Tupelo, and our planner for Wednesday shows a lot of cloud cover, and we'll be struggling into the mid to upper 40s. If you're lucky, you may see 50 degrees tomorrow. But the rain showers on the way out, the better chance for some additional showers across the southern part of Mississippi and Alabama tomorrow. 49 Thursday, 45 Friday, lows into the 20s, low 50s for the weekend. A shot at 60 Monday, but don't be fooled, more cool air after that.
The NCAA punishment against Ole Miss is already having its impact. The details on a changing transfer policy next in sports.
WCBI Weather School is brought to you by Emerson Animal Hospital in West Point. WCBI Sports with Tom Ebel is brought to you by your local Ford dealers. Go further.
4 days after the NCAA Committee on Infractions brought down its punishment on the Ole Miss football program, the athletics program is changing its course on its transfer restrictions. WCBI confirms Ole Miss will remove any transfer restrictions on players looking to leave the program after it received an additional one-year bowl ban next year. Yahoo Sports' Pat Forty is the first to report. It was reported that Ole Miss restricted recruits to only being able to transfer to schools outside the SEC or off the Rebels schedule for the next 2 years. Even with the end of the restrictions, transferring schools still need to submit a waiver to the NCAA, and SEC schools will also need to submit an additional waiver to the conference. Yesterday we talked about the AP All-SEC teams. Now the coaches submit their polls, and it looks awfully similar to what the AP looked like. For Mississippi State, Jeffrey Simmons, Montez Sweat named to the first team of the coaches poll, but also Martinez Rankin getting the jump. He was named second team in the AP poll. He was named first team to the coaches poll. Martinez Rankin becomes the first O-lineman selected to the first team since Gabe Jackson in 2013. To Ole Miss, again, similar to yesterday, A.J. Brown named to the first team. He's the only Rebel on the first team offense. To the second team, Greg Little, offensive line, again named second team. Marquise Haynes to the second team. A.J. Brown up there twice. Not only was he good enough to be first-team wide receiver, but he's also named second-team all-purpose yardage. That comes thanks to also some punt returning as well. In Alabama, they had 10 players selected to the coaches' all-SEC team. That's 2 more than the 8 they had in the AP poll. I just simply don't have enough room on my screen to put all of them. But if you'd like to see the full list of the all-SEC selections, go to our website, WCBI.com. Coming up this Sunday, we will begin to announce our own all end zone team. All these SEC polls coming out. It's our turn this time. Our WCBI all end zone teams coming up this week. If you have someone you'd like to nominate for the honor after a spectacular 2017 season, email us at WCBIendzone@gmail.com. Plenty of talented players. Let us know who you think deserves the honor. Back-to-back days for Mississippi State to have the SEC Player of the Week on the hardwood. Hale State hooper Victoria Vivians is named SEC Player of the Week. Vivians is doing it all for Mississippi State as they're 8-0 in the early season, scoring around 23 points per game, 7 boards, 3 assists, 3 steals, as the Bulldogs remain perfect here in the early season. Also, Ole Miss women's hoops gaining some SEC recognition. Freshman Promise Taylor is named SEC Freshman of the Week. For the second time this year, the talented freshman Taylor is coming off her first career double-double against Arkansas State and is the top freshman nationwide in blocks per game, and field goal percentage. The Rebels received votes in the coaches' poll for the first time this year with a 7-1 start. Also talking some more hoops later tonight on WCBI Sports, a rivalry matchup between Caledonia and New Hope We'll have both the girls and boys highlights coming up tonight. Also, if there's area basketball scores that you would like to report, hey, give us a call or tweet us at WCBI Sports on the Twitter. That does it for sports. We'll have the last year forecast coming up after the break.
We've been promising the cooler weather for days, and we had our rain. Now we have the cooler weather, so December-like temperatures have arrived. And it looks like, I didn't have a chance to say this in main weather, but I think this weather pattern is going to stick around for at least the next 1 to 2 weeks.
Ooh. Oh,
so
wow.
that 60 on Monday may be the exception to the general rule for a while.
So 40s and 50s.
We've been
how about
asking
that?
for it, you've delivered, right?
There you
We've
go.
been wanting the winter weather.
And on a lighter note, at least we have no real serious storm system coming our way. We'll take the cool weather, no severe weather, no snow foreseen at this point, so that's always good.
It is
It
very
is.
nice.
Mhm.
I love a nice, cold, sunny day. I
Yeah,
can
there
take
you
it.
go.
Absolutely. And no snow scares. We like
That's
that
right.
too. Thanks for joining us, everyone.